Hello students, our lesson How the First Letter was written by Rudyard Kipling. The story revolves around the idea of communication, that is exchange of thoughts and ideas, or exchanging information from one person to another through the choice of written and spoken words, ideas, concepts, emotions, thoughts and opinion. Author Rudyard Kipling is trying to connect real world with a simple primitive story that how people from different backgrounds can assume similar thing differently. The story talks about the difference in the perception of different people, how different individuals interpret a given information according to their own understanding. Tegumai Bobsulai, a Neolithic man, lived in a cave with his wife Teshumai Tivindro and their daughter Taffy. One day he and Taffy went to the river to catch fish. He accidentally broke his fishing spear. During that time the fishing was done with the spear. He started to mend it, having left his other spear at home. A stranger came along who did not speak their language. Taffy asked him to take a message to her mother and bring Tegumai's other spear. The stranger gave her a piece of brick bark to show his good intent. She thought he meant her to draw her message on it. Since she could not write with a sharp tooth from the stranger's necklace, she drew her father a broken spear herself, and the man also swam full of beavers on the way to their cave. The stranger believed his shark's tooth was magic, and that her father was a great chief who was in danger from his enemies. The stranger found the cave where Teshumai had invited some Neolithic ladies to lunch. On seeing Taffy's picture, she thought it meant that the stranger had attacked Tegumai, terrified Taffy, and drawn their picture in trump. So she and her friends knocked him down, sat on him, and beat drums to summon the whole tribe. And how this angry scene ended in laughter. Now this is all story which is creating a confusion, between the humans, as we don't know the proper ways of communication. Today we are having languages. What are the languages? Languages are what? The signs and symbols we can understand. Through languages we are progressing in our day-to-day life. Development is there. Now the modern means of communications are there today also, like internet is there, mobiles are there, televisions are there. The world is getting exposure. So communication, is very important. This is a very short story that it create all the misunderstanding as the message was not delivered properly. What is my opinion, what is there in my head, what is my vision, to express that the proper knowledge of language, proper expression of your thoughts in written, proper means or proper way of communication is very, very important. Now what is a Neolithic man? Neolithic man lived in a cave and he wore very few clothes and he could not read or write. And he was happy, he was always happy except when he felt hungry. Now Tegumai and Taffy went to the river to spear crayfish for dinner. Then what happened to Tegumai's spear? It was broken. These are the points, like how one after one the things happened. Now and at last what happened? All those ladies, they sat on him and they started beating the drums, and the people, they all came, and the stranger man belonged to far tribes, the Tewars, and he did not understand one word of Tegumai's language. So poor fellow, with good intention also, he went, and at last what happened with him we are going to see in this lesson. So this was a lesson regarding the this thing, communication, how the first letter could be written, how the first letter was written. Here the letter means what, students? That she has make the sign and symbol to give message to her, the taffy small girl, to her mother. So this was a lesson about the first sign and symbol, that is the first letter. In Zoom meeting I am going to explain you in more detail. Further videos I have attached to understand the lesson more clearly. Thank you.